lo and behold, it's Saturday. Let me put the dog out here on the porch. I can't open the door. Oh, this is not good. Oh, strange. Hang on. Saturday. Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, there we go. All right. Dog wants to go out on the porch. Ooh, it's kind of nice. We can all go out here. I'm sure there's probably no internet. Have y'all seen the moon tonight? Look. Ooh. Isn't it so pretty? This is actually delightful out here. It's kind of warm. So we had a big day today. The Wood family had a big day. Hold on. Oh, look. You can raise the thing up. We took our oldest to college. Yes, I'm on Facebook and YouTube simultaneously. We took him to NC State, and it was good. It was sort of a long drop-off. We started it yesterday and got there in the afternoon, got him all set up, and then, well, we were going to go to dinner together last night, but Thomas wanted to go to some parties. So we went on our own as a family of 4. We just had my husband and I and our middle 2 teenagers. And Amos, our youngest, did not go with us. We sure missed him, but just wasn't quite ready to handle doing all that juggling. You know, when you take Amos, you're on Amos duty, and I don't want to miss a chance to be with my other kids on big occasions. And taking Thomas to college is a big occasion. So anyway, we did that, and it was great. It was real hot, I would just like to say. And he lives on the 4th floor. 1, 2, 3, 4 of Burgall is the dorm. And before anybody goes crazy and says, you know, now he's going to get kidnapped, let me tell you what. If you think you can find where he is on Burgall, you're going to do better than me. Because we carried up a gigantic rug from, where'd the gigantic rug come from? Ollie's, which is where we do all our shopping. I need to quit telling people that. Now everyone is going to get the $100 rugs at Ollie's. But anyway. And then, yeah, we got and then I carried up the Tempur-Pedic bed business. You know, the very thick thing that goes on the bed. 4 flights of stairs. Do I look like I'm in good shape? I'm not in good shape. I'm going to be in good shape this fall. It's on my agenda. We get up there. So Burgall looks like this giant X. And when my husband was at NC State, he said they called it Fort Burgall. You have beautiful teeth. Oh, good. Thanks. We get up there. We park. Well, we see a place that says, you know, permit holders only. Well, we immediately park there because, you know, I can't be in college and not get a parking ticket as quick as possible. So anyway, haul up all this heavy stuff to the 4th floor. And he's in room, let's say, I'm just going to give it 425. Okay. So we go up there and, okay, here. You can crowd to go back in. We go up there and we see 424 and we see room 426. Ooh, such a good light. And we don't see 425. It's not his real room number. I've given a fake room number. And I'm like, where's the room? We can't find it. I go in there. I'm like, we're looking for 425. They're like, oh, yeah, you're in the wrong building. I'm like, what? What do you mean wrong building? It's this building like this. They're like, you're over in that building. I was like, okay, well, We're on the fourth floor. So is there like a little, cut through, like just a little like they're connected. These are not separate buildings. This is connected. They were like, oh no, you got to go all the way back down because you're over there. This is the odd side of the building, and the even rooms are over there. Or this is the even side. You're in the odd room. What in the world? Who makes a building and has even and odd in two different buildings? Is that normal? So I was like, oh my God, we got to call this crap down. Now, I had a plan that I was going to walk up the stairs one time for move-in day. One time. Best laid plans go away. So Thomas and Russell have hauled up this rug that is very, very, very heavy. And I'm glad I was up there. They're up there. They're standing there, and I was like, they're leaning over the balcony. And I said, what are y'all doing? And they were like, well, I think we'll just throw it over the balcony. This is why teenage boys, it's dangerous for them to be out there. I said, you could kill somebody if you threw this rug over the balcony. Like, no, nobody's down there. And I was like, that is a terrible idea. Where are all my moderators over here on the YouTube? I need y'all. Suzanne, I'm adding you right now. Thank you. Oh, Deborah's working. Okay. And Thomas goes, I know what the right thing to do is. I'll go down and make sure no one's coming. And then, Russell, you throw it over the balcony. No. Their brains haven't finished developing. Good, Trina. Go on, get the chosen one. I was like, these people are dangerous. So we carry all the crap down. I go out there. I'm about to get a ticket. The guy, I said, we're moving. He was like, you can't park here. I was like, well, I'm not. I'm just trying to carry all this stuff back in. But now we're going to have to, anyway, load the car back up, drive around, and call my subscribers. We're going to have a nice leisurely coffee chat tomorrow, and we're going to have a Q&A, so you can ask all the questions, because there's lots of questions about that's a coffee video. Hey, Judy. So anyway, I call my husband, who I have not seen. Now at this point, I have on old Patagonia baggy shorts, a tie-dyed Albemarle Boats t-shirt, and New Balance tennis shoes. And I took a shower because I hadn't had one in like a week, but I was like, I'm going to be moving. I'm going to be sweating. My husband has on a button-down, khaki pants, and boots. Now, this is what he wore in college. I knew him. He wore khaki pants, a button-down, and boots. Every day, that's what he wore. I said, you're going to be hot. He was like, well, when I get there, I'm going to drop y'all off, and I'm going to go walk around. No. I said, no, you're not. You're going to be carrying things. We're moving in. I'm not going to carry anything. He wasn't kidding. So you all might be like, he's terrible. You know how they say you marry your person, like marry your father? My dad used to take me to college and boarding school. He never, ever, ever once carried one thing up the stairs. Never. He would rush off and go to like an office and come back when we were all done. Yeah, exactly, Leslie. That's for the video tomorrow. So I call him. So at this point I've said, you've got to help. Well, I can't find him. I call him and I said, where are you? He was like, I'm up in the room. I said, well, you need to come down here and carry up some of this stuff. And he was like, well, I've already come up. I'm resting. I said, I am not kidding. Get your down here right now. He was like, I'm tired. And then I had to use the F word. And he had me on speakerphone. Yes, I did. In front of my children. Wouldn't go down in your family. Well, it went down in my family, so I should be used to it. So he comes down, and I leave the heaviest bag full of shoes for him. And I carried like basically a pillow stuffed in a backpack. We get everything done. He wants to raise the bed up. So when you have 2 beds in a room, if you want to have a couch, which my children have discovered with being years away at boarding school, they love a couch. So you have to raise a bed. You can't both have your bed down. So Thomas gets his bed raised up. Well, it's about yay high from the ceiling. And I was like, you're going to fall. You're going to knock your head off. Like, you can't even put a big fancy pillow up there because you're going to fall. But anyway, there's no telling him anything. He's going to keep it up there. So we get in the car and we go to the Habitat store. Now you go to Ollie's for the rug and you go to the Habitat store for the couch. But we were going to go to the Durham Rescue Mission because that's where we always go. And I was about halfway there. I'd gotten on 40, heading back like by the RDU airport exit. And I think, does Thomas know where we're going? Does he have a bed rail? No. Well, it is in the room. You're not allowed to take anything out of the room. You have to leave it all in there. So I call him and I said, are you on the way to the Durham Rescue Mission on Capitol Boulevard? Which I had said before we left. It's on Capitol Boulevard. No, not Capitol Boulevard. Glenwood Avenue. No. I said, where are you? I'm at the Habitat store. I said, what Habitat store? The one on Capitol Boulevard. I said, well, how would I have known that? Well, I just thought, that's where we always go. I've never been to that Habitat store. What's the address? Well, I don't know why you're yelling at me. Because I am freaking out here on 40. And you're like, and little Thomas is looking up on the phone. He's 47 miles away. I was like, that's the wrong Habitat store. He is not 40 miles away. So we have to turn around. We go back 20 minutes to the Habitat store on Capitol Boulevard. We have my car, which is large, and we might have my husband's car, which is a sedan. And they want a couch. So we walk in there, and my husband is sitting on a couch working, and my daughter is on another chair doing all that snapping business. So we start looking a divorce lawyer. Nobody can afford to get divorced. Can you imagine how expensive that would be? And I do not want custody. I would just say that. No one wants custody. We're sticking together because they would be like, well, there's no custody fight. Nope. They've given them all away. So we start looking for couches. Now, where Thomas's room is in the dorm, they're like little suites. So you have a door and there's 4 rooms. Well, he's with the RA, which is sort of wonderful. So he's with RA, but it's really tight. I said, you can't get this gigantic pleather couch because it's not going to fit. So we finally found a couch, and it's shaped like a horseshoe, like it goes out and comes like, like this, right? But we decide that this whole part isn't going to fit. So we get rid of this part, and now we just have this. So we have like an L part and then a long part. And it's 40% off. You're funnier on Old Mom's Saturday night. It's 40% off. So it was like $150, which is sort of a lot. I've never spent more than $60 for a couch at the Habitat store. But this was kind of nice, and it was in Raleigh. So it seemed fine. It's fine. They loved it. We get the couch. We start shoving it in my car. Now, my husband, mind you, I wish he were here. He's in Edenton. We're back at the beach. I had it. The best part, though, is that I'm not even sweating. The best part is that he went home and the cat had pooed on the floor. He had to clean it up. Okay, so he's in his car. And I mean, we're shoving and pushing and moving stuff. We've got all this crap. You take crap, like, and then you don't need it. And then we have like bedding and blankets. And he was like, why are you bringing me blankets? It's hot. And then I'd gotten this duvet cover. And I told Thomas to put it on the duvet. And then I was like, why does this room smell like ass? Like it smells like a dead dog. He was like, I think it's this. What did you do to this thing? I was like, I don't know. I just got out of the wrapper and it smelled. So that was in my car. I'm talking about Daddy. I look over, he's in his car like this. He's on his phone, working on his phone. I didn't say a word. I didn't say get out of the car. I opened up the car and I said, it might be good to have a place for the children to sit. So we get the car shoved in. You saw me at the Legacy Luncheon. That was so fun. We get the thing shoved in. We cannot close the back. And so the guy at the Habitat store was like, oh, do y'all want a string? And I was like, yes, we want a string. Well, he doesn't come back. And I'm like, well, where is he? Finally, he's standing like looking at us. And I said, well, where's the string? He goes, oh, you have to buy it. You have to buy it? I just need you don't have any string. He was like, mm. And I said, okay, well, if I buy string, I would like to buy it. And then I want you to give it to all the people that come after me. And I want you to say, a wonderful woman gave you this string. Well, then Thomas, who has been, working all this time in the car, chimes in and says, oh, I have some bungee cords. You have your name tag on. Yes, I do. I was like, okay, well, that would be good. Well, then they're all standing around with these bungee cords like this. What? I don't know where to hook them. Oh. I laid down on that pavement and hooked the bungee cord to the spare tire under my car just to prove a point. I was like, you know what? You people need to get up. And they were like, well, it's going to break. And then my daughter was like, hook it right here. So she and I single-handedly solved the whole problem. It's true. So anyway, we haul the couch back, and we get the couch back to the dorm. Blair and I went to Target. I was like, I'm not even going to watch this couch get carried in. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be a part of it. Nothing. But let her stay out here. Well, Target is a whole nother cluster. You go to Target and Cary, well, FYI, do not go to the Target and Cary unless you're going to buy toys. There are no cords. There are no things to stuff the shoes in to hang up. There's none of those. There are lots of sheets. But the sheets at Target now are $50. So do not buy sheets at Target. You buy your sheets at the Home Goods, not Target. Sorry, Target. Unless Target wants to hire me to do a back-to-school shopping ad. I love Target. It's wonderful. Those red carts. We get back and the couch is in the room and it fits within like a quarter of an inch. Well then, was that it? Oh, and then I was like, we're all gonna go out to dinner. And my son Thomas was like, no, I'm going to a party. I said, okay, well then rest of us will go out to dinner. Well, then my next son is like, I don't want to go out to dinner? I said, well, Daddy and I want to go out to dinner. We're going to go to dinner. He goes, well, then why did you let me bring those chicken wings? I was like, you brought those chicken wings from the house this morning? Where are they? He was like, they're in the car. It's like, well, it's 90 and they've been in the car since 9 and it's 7. So you'll die if you eat those chicken wings. And then for a minute I was like, I might give Daddy one of those chicken wings. Just kidding. People that are like, your husband is terrible. Let me tell you something. He is not. He is wonderful, lovely, amazing. But he is, men aren't like this anymore. The new husbands and the new men, they do all this work. Not him. But this year is going to be a change. So you become a subscriber, you're going to get to watch the metamorphosis of Thomas, because we're only going to have one child at home. And we've always split up. He's taking the older ones to school, I take the younger ones. Well, this year, we're splitting. We're going to take turns cooking at night. I told Blair that today. I said, Daddy's going to cook 2 days a week, and I'm going to cook 2 days a week. She goes, I can't wait to hear about that. Yeah, he's just normal. Just most people don't tell you that their husbands are like this because they're worried that your husband is so good, they don't want anybody to know. They want to be like, my husband loves to wash the dishes and he comes out and picks up the trash. Mine doesn't. I get home and I'm like, why is the grass dead right there? And then I'm like, oh, it's the perfect shape of a windsurfing sail that's been in the yard for 3 weeks. Please become a subscriber. Where did my subscriber link go? It disappeared. I had to do it as a, shoot, well, it's gone. I know I had it up there. I'm going to have to go back and find it from the beginning. You can't wait to see my husband become good. He is. If you criticize him, though, about anything, here's what he says. I was working. Yeah. Yeah, when you have to tighten up your marriage belt. Yeah. We never talk about each other to others. We only say positive statements. Is that why you have a fake username on YouTube? Yeah. Sorry, your husband's just lazy, said Fiona. No, he's not lazy. Lazy people, like, have beer guts. He rides like 60 miles on the bike at 5 a.m. Nobody lazy does that. I'm lazy. Yes. If you subscribe on YouTube as a member, it's $5. If you subscribe on Facebook, it's 10. Yep. Because there's inflation. I heard Kamala talking about it. Everything's up 30%. We're up. No, my husband is not lazy. See, I'm going to defend him. You can't say anything bad about him. Just me. Donna, what do you care how much it costs? You're over on YouTube. You're not even on Facebook. Oh, and then today we had what did we have today? Oh, today we had the Legacy Luncheon at NC State, which is super fun. And I had told my subscribers this, we had talked about this a couple days before. I said, we got to go to this Legacy Luncheon. It's at 11:30. He was like, well, what do I wear? Which I hate people asking me what they need to wear. I said, well, you got the email because you sent it to me. So you read the email. Well, of course he doesn't have the email, and neither do I, but he said, well, I'm going to wear a coat and tie. I said, okay, I'm not. I'm going to wear, well, this is what I wore. So then he's yelling. He said, well, I said, I think people will be wearing like t-shirts. I am not going to wear a t-shirt. That is savage. What does that even mean? I said, you didn't go to Harvard. You went to NC State. Like, these people ain't in like a tux and tails. So he says, we're, yes, if you're already on Facebook, you only pay $5. If you pay $5, you'll never not pay $5. If you pay $10, you'll pay $10. We're not answering these questions tonight. We said, he starts yelling at my son Russell. He's like, you need, do you have a coat and tie? And Russell's like, I need a coat and tie? And I was like, no, you do not need a coat and tie. He was like, I mean, we're not going to show up in t-shirts. I said, well, that's what everybody else is going to wear. So this morning, I say to him, it's casual, it's t-shirts. So he said, well, I'm going to go over to REI. This is at 10:20, and we're supposed to be at college at 11, and look for a shirt. I was like, well, we're leaving, so we'll meet you over at the dorm. This just gets funnier. This is why one of the best things for my marriage is the fact that I drive separately everywhere. I drive separately because I will spend my life annoyed if I wait around for him. So I always drive separately. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, I got this at the Posh Van Lincoln. So anyway, we leave. He's not back. It's 11:15. I said, where are you? We've got to walk to Reynolds Coliseum. Well, I mean, I had to park, 3 miles away. I said, well, why? He said, because the parking attendant at Burgaw wouldn't let me come in. I said, what do you mean he wouldn't let you come in? He said, I didn't have anything in my car. So he made me go park somewhere else. I was like, oh, he didn't even look at my car. He loves me. So he shows up and he has on a blue shirt. And I was like, I thought you went shopping for a red shirt. And he was like, Ray, which is what he calls REI, Ray did not have any, yay, welcome, Kathy. Ray did not have any red shirts. The only red shirt I saw was flannel. And I didn't want to look like I was auditioning for Hee Haw. I was dying. I mean, who has thought about Hee Haw in like 30 years? Hee Haw, I used to hate Hee Haw. Hee Haw would come on. My parents would be going out to dinner. I'd be sliding in one of those Stouffer's, hearty meals with the Salisbury steak and the mashed potatoes with a little pot of gravy and the apple crisp. And I couldn't get Hee Haw to turn off. So anyway, he had to wear the blue shirt. So, and then something else happened. What was it? Oh, and then we got there and everybody was like, oh no, everybody wasn't like, but anybody we talked to, he would be like, I don't have on a red shirt because she didn't tell me that I had to wear a red shirt. And I was like, I told you you didn't need a coat and tie and you needed a t-shirt. You did not tell me that. I was like, yes, I did. I did. You are a terrible storyteller. Okay, Susan. I think I'm a funny storyteller. I'm laughing. I'm funny. No one has to be here. This is not obligatory. You're not in North Korea. You hated Hee Haw too, right? Hee Haw. Hee Haw. Yeah, so we were the only people there without state stuff on it. We got some of the best pictures, and they didn't put any of them up on their Instagram because we all had on Duke Blue. Well, except me. I had on this shirt, but there ain't a lick of red on it. There's some pink. Oh, God. Did anything else happen? Now I know why he's in Eaton. You're at the beach. Yeah, and then he sent me a photo of the cat poo on the rug. I'm so glad that I don't have to clean that up. Anyway, so we didn't even get to talk about the seriousness of taking a child to college. I did not cry. I did have a teensy bitsy weensy part of me that was like, this is a very large place to leave a child. Everybody is like, the legacy lunch was so emotional. It wasn't emotional for me. I was so enamored with the packed snack chips. You have a lot of distractions. Yeah, we have a lot happening at our house. Benny Hill. Uh, so anyway, subscribers, we'll have a Q&A in the morning, probably at 9-ish, 9:30-ish. I'm excited. You know, I have a lot to be thankful for. I have a great group of kids, an awesome husband who works really hard for us and makes me laugh. And I'll tell you something. You might think like, I remember one time I said to him, well, you never this or you never that, or you never hold my hand, or you never, and he was like, you wouldn't like me if I did those things. And I was like, that is true. The reason I love him is he was funny and he makes me laugh and he's not moody. I really like somebody that's not moody. What did they serve for lunch? It was okay. Not really good. Chicken Caesar wraps. Evidently last year they had barbecue and fried chicken. They did have their homemade ice cream and sweet tea. Moody. Yeah, I'm not into moody. So we're not moody. He's not moody. And I'm thankful. You know, when my brother was this age, he had cancer. And that always is in my mind, you know, that I have now the son. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow. He would have been 50, let's see, I'm 49, 54 tomorrow. Happy birthday, Adam. He was on this earth for 19 years, and I am so appreciative I got him for the 19 years I got. And so I guess I just know to think about things in a relative way, you know. I'm thankful that Thomas is at school and seems excited, and he's a little bit nervous, you know. I was nervous. I thought, how do you meet people? Like, I don't even remember, you know. Did the family get any pictures of you on the ground trying to tie the couch? No. 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 Those people are not interested in taking any pictures of me for my blog. I swear when I got people to take pictures of us, there's always somebody in the family that looks like this. And they do it on purpose. Happy birthday, Jane. Okay, I gotta go get the 10-year-old to bed. One to college, one to night-night. Carry on. Subscribers, see you in the morning, 9:30-ish.